everybody! Special episode today. Addie, why are you making that face?
I'm reading about Sailor Starlights. I don't know who they are.
I was reading the wiki.
Amazing. Welcome to a very special 10th episode of Adventures in Gran Insulae. This is a huge milestone, possibly the 1/3 or greater point into the entire campaign. And Addie is now officially a full-fledged member. So we kind of want to dive right into things. So I'm Julian, your DM. Follow me on social media if you want to see what I'm up to. It's a lot of stuff. I never sleep. Addie, who are you?
Hi, my name is Addie. I am a voice actor. You can follow me on Twitter, Addie Bree, Instagram, Addie Bree, Addie Bay Hayes on TikTok. We're gonna go quickly, I guess. So whoever's next in the lineup.
Oh, I think that's supposed to be me, your boy, your friendly neighborhood photographer. It's Matthew Eberle. Hey guys, how we doing today? You can find me on those socials, or rather the social Instagram, because I don't do any of the fun things that the kids do. So Matthew Eberle Photography. That's my thing. Let's throw it down to Malik, who just released his second song.
Oh my god, wow, I did. You're so good at promoting. I mean, more than I am even. Yeah, it's me. It's Malik. I am in a different location now because I'm dog sitting. I don't know why that's scary. But yeah, you can, check out some music and other cool things that I may do on my Instagram at the Maliki Cauldron. And speaking of the Sailor Moon that we were talking about for this, entire intro, and a fighting game that involves it, Michael.
Oh my god, hi, I'm Michael. Realized that I had my full name up. But that's okay. More importantly, I'm likely you might recognize me from the show you're watching right now. I'm a fighting game player, tournament organizer, and a commentator, and Boston's best Sailor Moon player if you don't count the other 6.
Well, there we go. All right, without any further ado, let's dive into a very special 10th episode of our sci-fi pirate D&D adventure, Adventures in Gran Insulae. If you're new here, we'll catch you up real quick. So, we cut to the seas, the open seas. You are all in your little sci-fi hover ship, zooming across the water. Think a little Star Wars, a little F-Zero, like a red V shape that y'all were gifted back in episode 3. You have all of the party members in the ship, as well as your NPC friends, Azalin, Farah, Wheeler, and a restrained war criminal by the name of Liren Evoy. You all just had a pretty terrifying vision of a villain, but let's just have a little recap just in case anybody is new here. So, last time, you all faced down Eleanor's sister Senka in a throne room to protect the Ember Queen, try and save the balance between seasons in the world by doing so in the Feywild. In a literally explosive battle, wild magic fireballs erupt from Eleanor, knocking out her sister, herself, and her allies. Luckily, Sylvia, however, was dangling from the ceiling as a horrific spider, and therefore was able to heal everyone back up. But as you're ready to go help the queen, Senka seemingly comes back to life, glowing with green veins, and her body contorts in unnatural ways, and the pieces are put together. But Senka has been dead for a long time and is being controlled by Pandora Nephrite, the same Earth Genasi crime lord that is hunting the party down. Eleanor gets her parents to stop fighting, and they put Senka to rest while also fighting off Nephrite's crystal guards, who are warped in. And in a narrowly won fight, they are defeated, and Senka's corpse is finished off by a team attack by Eleanor and Diya. Both kingdoms in shambles. Eleanor acts kind of haughty that she was right all along, but her parents are not in good spirits, especially her father, who feels foolish for being manipulated and devastated about, his daughter being dead and him not realizing it. Hedrover plays therapist with the queen, who shows an interest in him, but he reveals that he actually has a girlfriend in a coma. Sylvia jumps on the chance instead. After some rest, Eleanor decides to officially join the crew, leaving to learn more about the world before she can even think about taking over for her parents' Feywild domain. So you decide to go to the Hellmouth Nation of Dalivar for answers about Hedrover's girlfriend and his own curse, before you are all confronted by that aforementioned vision of Lady Pandora Nephrite, her voice like rocks grinding against each other, saying that she will find you all. And yeah, you're in the ship, zooming across the water again. Just in case we have anybody new, why don't we go around, get a visual description of everybody and what you all are up to in the ship. This can be right after the vision, or it can be after a little bit of time has passed. Either way, right now, things are peaceful. You'll have a little roleplay time. Let's start in reverse order. Michael, Hedrover, please describe your dwarf boy to us.
Hedrover is an old as fuck hill dwarf. He is wrinkly, crotchety. He's wearing like a suit of armor, and underneath it is like bits and pieces of like a tuxedo that he got like for cheap. Because in reality, he is a 19-year-old hill dwarf and not 99, but he's cursed to look old as fuck. And he's sitting there with his head in his hand. He just saw a cursed vision. He has to go to the fucking Hellmouth place. He didn't want to go to in the first place, but he's got to go anyway. He's unhappy, but he never is. So.
Hedrover sitting in his cynicism and unhappiness. Do you still keep your eye patches on? I forget.
Always one eye patch on.
Always.
Oh my.
Always at least.
Always keep that motherfucking thing on me.
Absolutely.
Oh my.
And Sylvia, what are you up to on the ship right now?
Sylvia is a satyr, for those uninitiated. That's a top half lady, bottom half hooved, fur-legged creature.
Oh.
I mean,
Wow.
they're
Okay.
she's got horns. They look a little different from a normal satyr horns, which are just like goat horns. They're like straight up gazelle horns. And she's got silver dreads that are swooped to the side, not unlike my own, with the sides and the back shaved. And you know, the fur on her legs is kind of like a burgundy-esque color, and she's kind of just like sitting back, hooves up on, I guess, whatever rest there could be. Let's say hooves up on Liren's shoulders right now. She can't really complain about it. And she's got a like cropped sort of like captain's jacket on, and is kind of just sitting there, arms crossed, one kind of like touching the top of one of her two katanas, kind of musing over what the fuck just happened in general, being back in a chunk of the Feywild, which she hasn't been to in quite some time since she's from there, and also wondering what the hell just played on their ITVs.
And Liren
Jeez, I love
Evoy,
that.
for further context, war criminal who was building a bomb that would eradicate life without structural damage for the Navy of the world. She's a Vidalcan, so she has blue skin. They're kind of like the Vulcans of traditional D&D worlds. She normally had her hair in a tight ponytail. It's now kind of just a mess. She's still in a lab coat, but she is bound and not looking very happy that Sylvia is just kind of doing whatever she likes. But we'll cut over to Diya and Matthew. Can you please describe our sweet, sweet boy?
Our sweet, sweet boy is a classically beautiful high elf, just like the flowing golden hair, elven ears, green eyes. But our boy is a fucking nerd, and he's currently at his desk with his little ferret friend, and they're both kind of mulling around over things, going over different equipment. And Diya is currently analyzing a brown paper bag with his ferret. They're like scanning it, but they won't look inside it because the mysterious object within.
The cupcake. The cupcake, you still don't know what it does. You can probably find out, but you don't know right now. And finally, our newest party member, probably your first time seeing a sci-fi style ship on the inside. It's decently sized. It pretty comfortably fits the seven of you. Though it's starting to get a little bit crowded, but you do have your own like isolated little sleeping quarters in it as it zooms across the water. Can you please visually describe our wild magic sorcerer to everybody, and what do you think she's doing right now?
Alrighty, so just a little preface for the new people. She does change her appearance based on some certain conditions like the season, the weather. But right now, she's happy, she's warm. Her hair is long and orange with some specks of blue throughout. She's wearing this very like flowy skirt, royal top. And she's a wonderful Eldrin sorceress, so also a high elf. So she's, a little taller than Diya, but not too much older. But I mean, a couple of decades, let's say.
Yeah,
Oh, that's right. You
And,
motherfuckers are old.
Not me.
And right now, she's actually painting kind of the scene of the battle of when her sister got taken over. Kind of like when she's floating up, like not really talking to anyone. She's just kind of deep in it.
Is she in her
corner.
fire mode or ice mode right now?
Oh, she's in her fire mode, but she's just deep in it right now.
Okay. So, as you all are hanging out, working on your individual things, the ship is being piloted by Wheeler and Farah. They are Wheeler is a human, and Farah is part dwarf, part half-orc. They're a couple, and they're piloting the ship together, and Azalin, who's kind of your former Navy man, big jacked Vidalkin, who used to work for Liren before kind of coming over to the right side, is probably talking to Hedrover and Sylvia, being like, so you're saying that the four of you had a vision of this Nephrite woman saying that she was going to come find you?
Yeah, I was fucking terrified. I tried to close my eyes because I thought it wasn't real, and I was like trying to pinch myself awake, but it was definitely her former employer, and she wants us dead. Again, more people want us dead, which is good. It's fine. Whatever.
Maybe it's something like... Maybe it's a similar type of magic to a scrying spell. I'm more of a technology person, but some way to project your image like that from long distances. Either way, be very careful. There's always the chance of deception with that. She might just be trying to keep you on edge.
Yeah, I'm on edge. I'm always on edge, but this is more on edge than on edge usually.
Gotcha.
I think she gave me more of a fucking headache than anything else. Did you hear that? That voice like a fucking rock slide. Just terrible.
Very strange.
Also, Hedrover, I wouldn't be too worried. There's no real reason she'd be after me, so as long as I'm around, I'll protect you from her. I think she must be horrified of the idea that a princess is coming after her.
She's probably shaking. My hero. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Hedrover. I'll make sure you look nice in this painting.
Oh, you're painting?
Yes.
On the side of the ship, we just cleaned that. I guess we could have a mural, though. And it does look nice, I will admit.
Can you make me look taller, though? I look a little short in that one.
But you are short.
Oh, I'm fucking short.
Do you want realism or
No! Do you think I
Okay.
like the way I look?
That's fair. But I mean, even if you weren't wrinkly, you're still a hill dwarf, so you wouldn't be that. Would you be that much taller? I don't.
Hedrover,
Oh no! I never grew.
you on purpose. That's just who you are. It's all right how you look. I think it is great. She goes back to painting.
Listen, Hedrover, just because you're surrounded by 3 other fey beings that are at least like, almost 6 foot tall, it's not. Don't let it make you feel some type of way about your own character. You've done a lot for us over these. How long has it been since we've been together? My track of time's not doing so well.
It's been a few weeks. It's been a few weeks.
It's only been weeks.
Yeah, it's been weeks. Also, Liren probably speaks up at this point and is like, those who would deny realism are simply accepting a false reality. Dwarf, you are very small in stature.
You revoke talking privileges. War criminal. No longer in the conversation.
She says nothing.
Good.
Oh my god! She listened to Hedrover. Oh shit.
Damn right.
I'm actually gonna take my legs off of Liren and just saunter over, and because she's on the floor, I assume, right?
Liren? Yeah, probably somewhere.
Okay.
She's sitting, regardless.
Okay. I'm just gonna say, all right, listen, we've had you kidnapped for a while now, and I got to say I admire your continued efforts to be a shitter while you're here with us. But again, at any point we could, turn you into a fucking icicle. You saw what our new friend here can do. So I don't know. I'm not in the most threatening mood right now, but at the same time, we did almost just die in like a really big archface civil war. So once again, I think maybe some decorum is warranted. Thank you.
You said you could turn me into an icicle, and yet you haven't. Besides, you're not the one who I think is the most terrifying of the group.
Oh, that's fine. You've not seen what I'm capable of, Lyrin, and that's all right. I try to keep a cool head.
Technology is the future, and so long as you maintain yourself to using those antiquated blade transformations of yours, you're always going to be stuck in the past.
I jab her in the back with the hilt of the blade, and I just say, "You watch your mouth when you're talking about these blades. Do you understand me? I won't say it again."
All right.
Eleanor kind of does a little head back and is like, "Well, who do you think is the most powerful? We would love to hear." Breaking the ice a little bit.
I think, Diya, you're kind of overhearing this conversation, and you kind of get a flashback to you holding your weapon at Lyrin's throat and her screaming at you to do it if you dare.
Mhm.
And just kind of, you're not feeling the easiest around her. She
No.
probably sees a lot of herself in you, which is a bit terrifying.
Spooky.
Mhm.
All right, so that's enough of that. As Aelin pipes up, Lyrin, we're about to arrive at Dalivar. Hopefully, we'll be able to part ways. Are we almost there? Yep. Yeah, just should be about another day's travel. Wheeler's speaking up now. So here's what I know about Dalivar is pretty much just that it's a scary place. I know that it's a very mountainous, rocky area, so I feel like the waters might get kind of rough. So I'm probably gonna slow my pace down a little bit. Do any of you all know anything what to expect out of a country built on a portal to the Nine Hells, or former Nine Hells?
Not in the slightest.
Great. Love that.
Not much. Sorry.
That's okay. I mean, that's fine.
Just what I read in the books.
Same with me.
Okay. Alright, well, whatever. Let's just prepare for— Whoa! And then she very suddenly, like, starts to pull the hovercraft to a crawl. Yeah, we have a drifter. And then she points. There is a about 5-foot long plank of wood with a little wooden mast and a makeshift sail in the distance. Alright, do we go check that out? Do you think that's someone that needs help, or do you think that's a trap to get us all killed? We are about to be in Devil Country.
We're adventurers. We must go help if someone's in danger.
Oh,
Such
hold
a
on.
tiny little ship. They
Hold.
definitely need our help. What if it's
Hold
tiny
on.
little mice people?
Okay,
Kind-
let's mice. What does that even? Okay,
They
let's.
would be so cute on that tiny little ship. Little
I'm
mice.
so convinced on the
Wheeler
mice people
makes
now.
a good point. Wheeler makes a good point. This could be a trap. We are pretty close to, a fucking Hellmouth. Why would this person be able to just be drifting here totally fine without getting, I don't know, blown up or something? Let's tentatively, I don't know, scope it out maybe before we do anything rash. We already just picked up a new person. We're not. The invitation to the Ferret Friends working title is not that open-ended, Let's.
Seems pretty open-ended.
I mean, it is open-ended, but also, fucking hell. Sure, let's go see. I will say I told you so. If we have to kill whatever this person is.
All right, Sylvia, you can 100% say it to us. I promise.
Little baby mice people.
Mice people, Sylvia.
Mice people,
All
Sylvia.
right, the fucking mice. Sure, I've never seen a mice person in my life, but first time for everything. Let's go.
Wait, I mean, I can always just send my little companion here. And he does a quick modification to the steel defender, and it starts hovering, and he puts it out on the water and sends the ferret over in the steel defender. And I'd also like, for the record, to stipulate that steel defenders cannot be surprised. So hey, let's see what happens.
Amazing.
Can Sylvia do a perception check as well? Is that possible?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay.
We'll see if you notice anything in addition to the
That's
ferret, which is now
right.
piloting across as the perhaps legs and arms of the steel defender like clutch into its chest and it starts to hover across the water. Sylvia, what's your perception?
17.
Okay. Sylvia, what you are able to spot is a tall woman, elven, brown skin, silver hair, leaning, looks like asleep against the mast. That's about all you can get from this distance. Diya, you see your ferret approach. Does your ferret have any command other than scout out and come back? Is your ferret interacting with this person? What do you think?
Okay, no, it's
No, they're just kind of going up and kind of like scan the area for traps or reasons to not approach.
All right. It's easy enough that you don't need to roll for it as your ferret returns, or you telepathically communicate with it. This is a lone elven woman on a rickety craft not too far off of one of the most dangerous nations in the world. She is asleep, like literally like big wide open mouth snoring on the craft.
Wait a minute.
Well, it appears it's a elven woman by herself on a rickety craft, and she's in need of rescuing. So here we go. Let's go rescue everyone. Not a trap.
Also, Sylvia, voice is on for this one, by the way. We don't know what this person's capable of.
I mean, fair enough, but we also didn't use them at all on the entire island we were just on.
You're right, the jig is up. Let's go.
So, Fair kind of shrugs and goes, all right, whatever you guys say. She pulls a lever and the ship pulls up. The craft pulls up and hovers next to this rickety craft. There's no response from the woman. She's still asleep. What do y'all do?
Ahoy! Are you all right?
What? I'm sleeping.
I walk on up to her and I shake her awake.
You get on her craft?
My
Yes, I get on her craft
God.
and wake her up.
Make a dexterity check just to not fall into the water. Dexterity saving throw, excuse me.
I forgot my dice.
Forgot your dice. Can you click it
Oh,
on
it's right
D&D
there. Just
Beyond?
kidding.
There it
Well,
is.
what a good... Oh.
Oh.
It was
Oh.
It was a what?
It was a 6.
Okay. So
I
you
should have done the real dice.
you start to shake this woman and go, "Hey, wake up!" And she just kind of instinctively just nudges you off the side, and you fall into the water.
Oh, great.
Just
Can I
a
help?
very casual like push of her foot, and you just topple backwards into the water.
How's the water, Julian? How does it feel?
Cold.
Oh my goodness! Freezing! Someone pull out my next outfit, please.
Can you swim? I reach down and try to pull her
You
up.
yank a winter mode Eleanor out of the water.
Oh, wait. Can I use flame to shake off?
Yeah, you can.
Great. Never mind about the outfit. I'm just fine now.
All right. Watch the fur, Eleanor. Good.
The woman rubs her eyes and goes,
Nice.
all right.
trick, though.
How close am I to the Hellmouth? Am I approximately where? Who are you people?
We are the Ferret Friends.
Working
Ferret
title.
Friends? That's a great name.
We're
See,
working on it.
I told you, Sylvia. Everybody loves it.
I disagree, and I'll take that to my grave.
I mean, we
You're
have a
pretty close to the
ferret,
Hellmouth,
and
so-
I would call you my friends, so...
That's so sweet.
Yeah.
See? It's
Anyhow,
working.
we're pretty close to the Hellmouth. What's got you?
About
in
a day's
sorts?
about a day's journey.
Oh, cool, awesome. Yeah, I'm heading there too. I kind of just pointed myself in the right direction. I figured I'd wake up close enough to it. I think I'm almost there. She stands up and stretches. Who's the least? Let's have Eleanor make a perception check for me. Where's the dice?
I literally just pulled it out. 19.
Eleanor, out of the corner of your eye, because you climbed back onto the ship, you are able to see inside of it, and you see Azalin, the big, jacked, former Navy guy, like, there is a look of recognition in his eyes, and he looks very scared, and he sees that you're looking at him,
fuck.
Eleanor, and he shakes his head.
Fuck!
I just want to attack her.
What? What?
You want to attack her?
What? What?
Yeah.
All right, what are you doing?
All right. Well, do I need? Do you want me to tell you, or do you want me to roll
No,
first?
you tell me what you're doing. You roll.
Oh no!
Watch this be like an admiral.
What I want to do is just do burning hands to her.
Okay.
Why?
My.
So she's gonna roll. A
Oh, he's horrified. I don't know who she is.
She's gonna roll a dexterity saving throw.
Yep.
All right. She got a 21.
She
has-
just
Oh,
fucking
wow.
crazy.
And she has evasion. So Eleanor, what happens is you shoot out a stream of fire, and she kind of just like effortlessly like jumps into the air and lands on top of the mast and goes, "Whoa, careful! You could have killed me."
Eleanor, what the fuck?
Eleanor, we don't do that usually.
That's what we do on the island. But no, that's someone. Or she's someone bad. Look.
Eleanor. She just kind of
Someone just okay. Someone just fine. Sorry, you looked like my cousin
Who's your cousin?
from the spring realm. As you can tell, I'm from like the summer fae. I have a little bit of winter in me, if you can't tell. I'm royalty.
Yeah. You're pretty evidently an Eladrin, pretty clear bloodline. Fire
Thank you.
Kingdom, Ice Kingdom, chunk of the
Yes.
Feywilds.
Yes, that is me.
Oh, okay.
Well, in any event, do you need? We can offer you a lift, or perhaps we can tow you the rest of the way to the Hellmouth.
Oh,
And
no,
I
I'm
just,
good.
I told you all about me. Maybe you can tell us about yourself as well. What are
Yeah.
you doing?
Oh,
And why are you going to the Hellmouth? Because you shouldn't be going to the Hellmouth. Hellmouth's bad, and you shouldn't be going there.
oh, no, it's totally fine. I'm just supposed to check it out. It's kind of the king is kind of doing some legal piracy stuff, like paying pirates to, jack people up, find random sailors and take their stuff. So it's kind of not a good situation. So what is it? You said it was like east of here? She like points roughly in the direction y'all are traveling.
Yes, that's quite right.
Awesome. All right. I think that's everything I needed. She leaps down off of the mast. She picks up a bundle of clothing, and like pulls a long coat around her shoulders, turns away from all of you. You can see on the back of her shirt is a character that reads Admiral. She crouches down.
Ah!
Her feet start to glow with white lightning, sparks cracking off of her, and then from her boat, she starts running across the water in a streak of white light in the direction of the Hellmouth.
I knew. You son of a bitch.
I
knew.
had I fucking knew it. God damn it.
Wow. I would love to learn how to do that. That was quite efficient.
Okay.
Group meeting.
Cards on the table. In the fucking ship right now.
Yep.
Yes, everyone, who is that? Obviously, I am not caught up. You seem to all know who. Who is that?
Zaylan speaks up as you all get back into the ship. Well, that is a Marine Admiral, meaning one of the strongest people in the entire military. Her name is Ramina Ishtar. She's known as the Comet.
Oh, because she's so fast. Oh, brilliant nickname.
Essentially. Luckily, she's not the most perceptive person in the world, otherwise we could have been in trouble, but as you can clearly see, she's not one to be trifled with.
Oh, is she after you? Us?
Oh, everyone is at this point. I'm pretty sure.
Oh.
I don't know who isn't.
I mean, we did try to fake Lyran's death, So we don't think they know she's still alive unless they're really smart and figured it out. But
I locked Lirin in the back as soon as I realized who it was. We cannot let those two meet.
yes, that would be bad, I think.
Well, thank you,
See?
Delirin, for not screaming.
How fast?
Not really her style to scream. She's more
She
about
ran
sharp, angry
across that
comments.
water.
Thank
Yes,
you for not doing
very,
those.
very cutting words. They hurt quite a bit.
Well, next time I'll maybe let one of you take the lead. Just since I'm new to the gang and maybe I don't know everyone that you know. The blue starts just a little bit coming into that hair.
I think
Sylvia's like totally shell shocked right now after seeing this woman like fucking zoom across, like freaked the fuck out. Especially because Eleanor almost burning hands.
that would have been
Admiral.
so bad.
Oh God!
All of her
GPK.
stats are incredibly high except for wisdom. So.
Oh my god, I should have done. Okay. Eleanor, ground rules for the Ferret Friends. You're new. I get it. Don't know how we do things. Don't burning hands people when we meet them. Not kind of our vibe. We're kind of like a suss the situation now. Get a feel of like the vibe and
I thought I sussed out the situation. I thought we were in danger, so I thought to defend. I understand now. I need to think things through before I act.
no, I get it in a cosmic sort of way, but usually Sylvia is the one telling me not to do things. It's weird for me to not tell other people not to do things. But yeah,
True.
just be like,
Usually I'm the one doing the things.
yeah, Diya does a lot of things.
I'm very good
trying
at
to
doing
tell
things.
the breakfast in my
Ooh.
stomach not to jump out of my body right now is what I'm trying to do. That was fucking terrifying.
Well, at least she'll definitely remember me again.
That's
Maybe-
horrible.
I don't think we want that. I think that's really bad. I think
But
that's...
maybe it'll be an in. She knew who I was, where I came from. I mean, I just think maybe it will be helpful in the future. Just store that in our little tiny little brains.
Important to be optimistic. I can't be optimistic. Sorry, that I tried really hard just now. This is bad. This is
I mean,
really
she was
bad.
insanely attractive, and I'm in a mixture of like completely gobsmacked terrified and just a titch horny, but it's not. Listen.
I
Are-
think
are-
as Sylvia's saying that, Farah just kind of like slowly face palms.
So you're horny because of the horns.
No, we're not talking about this.
No,
This is done now.
you're
That conversation's
what?
done.
125? Have you not had a talk about the fucking?
I don't know what
Corins
sex is.
in the
I don't want to
trees
know.
yet?
I don't know what sex is. I don't want to know. Sorry, that's me. I don't want to know what being horny is.
Whoa, wait, that was not even. You don't know what sex is.
Don't want to talk about it. This is not the boat.
Oh
for
no,
this.
we're unpacking that later.
No, we're
For
back in the box.
sure.
Woo.
Are we still going to the Hellmouth? Farah
Please,
shouts.
please kill me on the Hellmouth.
What?
I mean, get me on the Hellmouth. I want to die. I mean, we should go to Hellmouth.
Oh, right. Hedrover, your
All right.
girlfriend.
I feel nothing but pain.
The hover car continues to speed forward. Go ahead, Eleanor.
I think this is now the perfect time. She's swinging her legs right now, just letting you know. Just swinging a little swing. I think we need a full description of this so-called girlfriend from Hedrover. What is she like? What do you love about her? Tell us everything.
Her name's Charlotte Caffey. She's very pretty and nice and smarter than me. And she wanted to be a nurse, and now she's in a coma.
You got two first names?
Huh?
You say
Caffey's the
Charlotte-
last name.
Kathy's a last name?
Caffey.
Kathy. Oh,
Yeah.
Oh. What does she look? What race is she? Is she part elf? Is she a dwarf? Is she
I didn't really pry because it was our first like real date. I didn't think like asking all that was a good idea, but I do get the vibe it's kind of like elven and dwarf because she's like taller than me and like
Ooh.
less like what is the word you like robust.
Yes, robust.
But she has like really pretty red hair.
Does she have like a full beard or a neatly trimmed beard?
No
Oh, for
beard
fuck's
free. This
sake.
is not
Weird.
The
Diya.
beard is a me thing, not like an everyone thing.
Well, all the dwarfs I know have beards.
Yes,
That's a
it's
different conversation for another
fairly
time.
common for most dwarves to have some type of facial hair. It's
Yeah,
possible that your girlfriend is mixed of some kind.
I think so too, but she
Or
was
she's
tall and
Or she's
smart, and she knew how to handle a situation. She's in a coma.
All right, don't you,
Can we-
don't keep
can we-
bringing it back to the coma.
Can we elaborate on that? How that actually happened?
Did you do it?
No, not
Eleanor.
her. Eleanor. Ah!
Finally showing some emotion. I'm just saying.
I'm so sad.
How long
Let
have
it
you been...
out, Hedrover. I'm
was
rubbing
the
his
deep
back.
ones, right? You mentioned that it was those deep ones that you encountered.
Yeah. How? But elaborate on that. How did you encounter deep ones, and when? You've been
Don't just
very
stumble
vague
upon
on
that.
pretty much everything.
I thought the theme was cheesy anyway, but we did like an over the sea dance where we all got on a little boat, and we like after prom we like got on a little boat and we kind of like went out to sea off the coast a little bit, and I thought everything was gonna be fine. Everything wasn't fine at all. Because once we made it like a good ways out into like deeper waters, a bunch of deep ones capsized the ship. They were seeing things I don't understand. I didn't know they were deep ones after because I told my parents, and my parents, I don't even see them anymore because I'm like an old man, and she was in a coma. They cursed me to look old. I don't know why I did that. I keep hearing voices in my noggin, and I want to fix this thing. I just wanted to be like a doctor or something. Now I have to do all this stupid bullshit. I'm on a boat. There's a ferret over there. There's a lady that can walk on water. There's a war criminal. She's in the back room. Ah!
Can I hand him a paintbrush?
Sure.
Can I hand him a brown paper bag?
Why do you have a brown paper bag?
Just for this reason.
Can you?
For hyperventilating.
I'll take the hot rabbit bag. I'll like blow air into it, and then with the warhammer, like smack it so it pops. And I'm like, okay, that's all.
Hedrover, I think you could also use this.
I don't want to break this.
Paint. No. Let out your emotions through art. It might be just a different way. You seem to have a lot of stress going on, and as I'm a master of my emotions, I think it would be helpful.
Oh my god, you're helping me.
Oh,
Oh, I'm
master
so fucked.
of
Yeah, I'll
emotions,
paint.
Jesus.
Sure. I start like just slapping paint on the walls, and I'm like, I'm fucking stupid. I'm never doing this stuff. What goddamn hell, man? I just like sputtering everything as like paint flies on the wall.
Let it out, Hedrover.
Charlotte!
And then,
Oh, we're
I think Wheeler looks to Farry and goes, "Remember when we were that in love?" And Farry goes, "Eh."
Wow, Farrah, damn.
Wow!
My actual ghost.
All right, y'all. While Hedrover's doing his thing, the waters are starting to look a little rocky, and the boat is starting to get a little bit of a choppier ride, and the sky is turning red. You're approaching an area where the sky is pretty
good.
much entirely red. I think I found
Solid.
where we're going.
That looks ominous. Is there any greenery there?
Well, it's a hellmouth. I can't imagine there is.
Oh.
We should probably decide what we're going to do with Liren.
Chuck her into the nearest lava pit.
If we
Wait,
were just
I'm
going to
joking.
kill her, we could
I'm
have done that a
joking.
long time ago.
I'm joking, of course.
Oh, I see.
Oh, and Sylvia, you don't want to do that. We know.
I think she kind of does.
It depends on the day, and depends on what she says to
Exactly.
me or any one of you.
It's like the only person we haven't killed that we met so far. Our track
me?
record. Yeah.
And her parents. Not that I think we could, because
We haven't killed a lot of
very
people.
powerful.
I feel like we.
We killed a
Oh,
couple of
Kill my
guards.
sister. My sister was already dead.
You know what? Your sister's already dead. I feel less. I'm painting.
Wow, yeah, you
calm,
know
I'm
what?
painting.
Keep letting it out, Hedrover. Let the adults talk. Let the adults talk. Keep going.
Cards on the table. I actually don't think we have killed that many people.
Okay, no. We have to move
Oh,
on from
you-
this conversation.
you
What's our
did-
plan?
You did bite that guard's head off
Okay.
as a spider.
All right, that's
Oh.
semantics.
We blew up a
okay?
heart one time. Well,
How
not
did-
intentionally.
How did that taste? That eating someone's head doesn't
I
sound very
don't-
appetizing.
I didn't imbibe it. I bit it off, and that was all. I didn't actually like ingest the. Why do we talk? I don't. What I do in my wild shapes is
I mean, yes, wild magic
fun
is a
thing.
very special thing, but what is our plan?
Speaking of that, actually, just
Uh-oh.
really quickly,
Yes.
what? Not that I don't love a bit of chaos, but how often do we have to look forward to you just like turning into a giant fireball? Because as cool as it was back then, I don't know that I want it to happen while I'm like asleep or
That
while we're
did
on the
hurt
ship.
quite a bit.
I've
I'm-
fallen so many times.
Yeah, Hedrover, it's okay. I'm sorry. You make yourself a little taller over there, Hedrover.
Oh my god, I'm 6 feet.
There's just this obnoxious stick figure that is huge
I'm towering.
warhammer.
I'm a
That's-
god with a warhammer, and everyone else is like tiny underneath me. I am Hedrover, Lord of all that is good. I am Hedrover.
So I made some assumptions about my powers. So it seems that anytime I use magic, no matter how small, really a spell, an attacking type of spell, I just have to unleash something else. And I don't know why. I think it maybe is because I try to balance my powers and I can't really do it sometimes. So it just explodes out of me.
All right. Well, let's hope that you're able to find some control.
I think yes.
Just for your own safety and ours.
It goes back to the whole idea of learning more about my more winters, eyesight, and there are other seasons. Maybe I just need to find more inner balance. I'm gonna go back to painting. Hedrover, give me that.
Have you tried painting?
As you all,
Don't make me shorter, no!
as you all argue, the red sky gets brighter and brighter in front of you. There's also, because the ocean reflects the sky, the water's also looking pretty spooky as well.
Oh,
That's
very
dope.
Red tint to it. There's big, pointed, jagged rocks sticking up out of the ocean at different points. It seems like you must be approaching the shore. Farrah and Wheeler kind of very carefully piloting. Everyone make a perception check for me, please.
You got it, boss.
Yippee, my first good roll.
Job, Hedrover.
Oh my god, painting helps. You know what? Hedrover hero thing. Therapy works.
25.
Great.
22. So
Incredible.
I told you art therapy works.
Okay, Diya.
9.
Oh, jeez.
Diya doesn't see anything, but the three of you are able to notice before Farrah and Wheeler do, out of the shadow of a tall, almost mountain-sized rock, there is a pure white ship that is kind of
God.
traveling within its shadow. Looking at it with that high perception, the three of you are able to realize it is made out of some very large bones, probably whale skeletons.
What the
Dope.
fuck?
And with perception that high as well, you can see the silhouette of somebody on the mast kind of looking around, and y'all kind of get the instinct you're gonna have to find a way to move quietly in this neighborhood.
Oh, no.
Can I do a survival check to see like the current that leads to like somewhere outside of that area?
Absolutely, yeah, you can do a survival check.
Can I give advantage with my navigator's tools?
If one of you tells him what's going on.
Oh, yeah. I can give the help action
Right.
because I got a 25, I guess. So
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. We'll assume you fill everybody in on the giant skeleton ship.
And how far away is this giant skeleton?
It's
right now?
like in the distance, but they
Yeah.
seem to be scouring for other ships. You do actually see a smaller craft kind of get near it,
Yikes.
and as it like kind of goes behind it, you don't see it come out the other way.
Oh, I'm assuming they are gone forever.
How does Hedrover keep rolling these bad survival checks when he's got like a plus? What'd you say?
I have a
+7?
+6 to
+6.
survival. We got a 15 though.
You've
15.
never rolled over a 15.
I'm going to have somebody up there roll perception.
Oh fuck.
Wait, like roll
On
again.
the ship, I think.
Oh, I see.
Hedrover, you start to look around for pathways away from the ship. And you are also looking at the way it's moving. This ship's pattern seems to be that it's kind of like zigzagging around where you assume the shore is going to be in some pretty quick travel. It seems like this ship is skimming the vicinity for ships to kind of scoop up.
Oh, no.
But because they rolled such a terrible perception relative to what you got, you are able to find a way away from the ship, hiding yourself among the cliff sides and rocks as it was.
I'm seeing all this crazy terrain, and I just want to throw it out there to the crew that if we ever get a moment that they maybe somehow see us, I can try to move some earth to distract them. I just want to throw that out there before we get into a very scary situation with this skeleton boat.
Move
Blue.
Earth. You can do that?
I can mold earth. Yes, I can.
Old
Oh, I
Earth is a
don't know why you
cantrip,
said it
right,
that
Addie?
way. That was kind of terrifying.
Wait, what, Julian?
Old Earth is a cantrip, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
That's
like,
why I was emphasizing.
Yeah.
I was
Oh, okay.
That's like replanting flower pots.
Mold Earth. I was like, oh.
I know, but I mean, like, just a little baby distraction, you know?
of
Like,
course.
Throw some rocks at
do a really good move a rock, and they'd be like, what is that? That's all I'm thinking.
Yeah, of course.
This would probably be a good time to look and see what sort of weapon systems we have on hand with this ship. I don't think we've really had a moment to sit down and go through it and see what we're working with here.
Oh, yes, how
I-
good of a pirate ship is this?
I don't see any weapons, Wheeler says. Azalin says, if you give me time, I'm sure me and Diya can probably construct an energy turret. I don't think it'll be ready within the day, but we can start working on it. I know you all collected a lot of materials on the island for us to work with. And Wheeler speaks up again. Oh, before I forget, this might be important. 2 healing potions for each of you. And she passes those.
Oh, hell yeah. Also, I simply must use the bathroom real quick.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay.
I
So-
love it, though.
Sylvia runs off to the bathroom. And you all remember to mark 2 healing potions in your inventory. Azalin is gonna keep talking to Diya. Diya, I think that perhaps with some time and a few time spent magical tinkering, we might be able to get a turret created.
I was actually thinking about that. I had an idea, and we kind of discussed it earlier. But if you think about how Eleanor's magic draws upon the Feywild, and its wild magic surges, and it's like a cascade effect. What if we were to funnel that into a focused energy blast, and so we tap into the Feywild magic and use that as an energy source and focus it?
Oh, so instead of my bottled up energy and I do something crazy, it would go through a different funnel?
We would kind of just point it in a straight line. Wheeler's speaking up now. So rather than an explosion, we kind of direct it with some type of Magitech cylinder.
Exactly.
The problem is we don't have ready access to Feywild energy here. I collected a lot of stuff. I don't think I'd be able to get more than a few charges of that energy, but we could use it to supplement a turret, maybe. You know what I mean, Hedrover?
I mean, this is common stuff, but yeah, you took the words out of my mouth on that one.
Can I whisper? I'm whispering over to Hedrover. Do you really understand all of that?
I don't understand a lot of things.
Oh,
Things I don't
I,
understand.
Azalin kind of has a realization and goes, it would be remiss of me to point out that we also do, in the back, have the world's most renowned weapons expert.
Are you saying I need to sit down with her back there so she has to get to know me and my powers?
No, absolutely
Oh.
not. We will not involve ourselves with her whatsoever. I can do this. Eleanor, if you'll allow, if I can spend some time studying your magic, perhaps seeing if I observe you and how you're able to draw upon wild magic, perhaps I can find a way to build a generator that functions much similar to the way you do. I doubt I'll be able to do it anytime soon, but with some study, perhaps I can garner how you manipulate your magic and channel it, and then we essentially create a miniature version of you as the turret.
So you want to
Okay.
make something that just turns into a fireball at random?
Essentially a wild magic turret, I think is the idea.
Yes, exactly. And we,
Oh, go ahead.
with the cylinders will focus whatever energy, whatever happens, that way it doesn't center on us. That'd be the major modification. And perhaps through me learning how to do this, Eleanor can also learn how to better control her powers.
Why don't you try using and studying one of these? And I flick one of the pink rocks at him.
Azalin raises a finger. That's a great idea. Those are wild magic stones, correct?
I guess. I've got 2 left. Seem like they'd be pretty great at parties.
If you're fine with using all of them up, I'm sure Diya and I can create something.
I'll give you 2. I think I want to keep 1 for myself.
And also see how much it sells for, Sylvia. It could be a good profit.
Fair enough. Also, while you're at it, see if you can maybe find a way to replicate them.
I will see what I can do. Again, I'm not terribly familiar with fey magic or wild magic yet. If anyone were to be able to replicate it, I'd most probably be Eleanor. But perhaps if we work together with my tinkering and her magic, we might be able to get something together.
All right, let's not waste any time. Let's get some schematics out. You and Azalin are both going to make Arcana checks right now, because that's also
Dope.
a tech check in this world.
Do they get advantage because I gave them the beans, or no?
Those are going to be the materials so that it can happen regardless.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
Do I get help with my familiar on this one, or is this a flat?
I don't think your familiar would be able to help you with this.
Cool. That's
Can I
why we
cast
asked.
Guidance?
Oh, yeah, you can do guidance.
Hey, look
All
at
right,
that.
Guidance up. Wee-oo.
And this is Arcana,
That's right.
right?
Yeah.
Yep. All right. So let's roll our guidance first. That's a D4, right?
Yep.
Cool. Let's see what we get. Okay, that's a 3 on the D4 plus 7.
Damn.
So we got a base 10. Give me good money. 19.
19.
Woo!
Okay. And Azalin got a 15. So y'all are able to draw up a pretty convincing schematic. The biggest issue is that each of those stones are basically one use of wild magic. So unless you can find a way to prolong those uses, you get 2 shots of what the story is going to be. But you feel like with Azalin, you possibly Wheeler working on it, you can get it done in a few days.
That'd be pretty cool.
But Farah does speak up at this point and say, I mean, I'm happy to have a way to defend the ship because I feel like me, Wheeler, and Laren are going to be chilling out in there. Maybe Azalin if you need someone to hang back and keep us safe. But you guys are going to be out on that island. And indeed, soon enough, you all are coming into view of the shore. So y'all should have a plan. And what I'm also realizing is that there are 2 ways of approaching this thing. It looks like there's a port town that I can see some ships going towards. I don't know how the people of this country are. I don't know how the culture is. The port town is probably the safer place to dock. Alternately, we could go further around, find like a cliffside, and like get y'all up there and like onto the island more covertly. I just need to know what y'all think so we can pilot the ship that way.
Well, I don't think we're the stealthiest bunch, so it might be better if we go port side, at least in my opinion.
And then with the port side, there'll also be places where we can more easily make modifications to the ship if we need extra hands to build or modify things, so we could pay for help.
All
Can I
right.
do a history check to see if I know anything about the port town?
Yeah, go for it.
19.
19.
Alright.
So Hedrover, this actually was in the book that you found at the Steam King's place, where you first learned about Dalivar. The most prominent port in Dalivar that y'all are approaching is a place called the Devil's Claw.
Oh, good.
Mostly because it is shaped like several jagged peninsulas with several different ports on it.
That's cool.
That is cool.
So, what it says about the port town is that generally the way that Dalivar is set up is the closer to the center you are, the closer to the Hellmouth you are, the more prosperous things are. And on the outskirts, there tends to be a lot more poverty, a lot more crime. So that's probably going to be the thing that you'll have to watch out for. You probably won't have to deal with like any sort of Imperial Guard stuff or anything, but you might have to deal with thieves. You might have to deal with muggers, etc.
Oh.
Well, with
So,
that kind of thought, I think maybe I should put on a raggedy cloak, because my clothing is quite fine from the Feywild.
Everything on you sticks out like a sore thumb, Missy. Ferret speaks up. You're like glowing red and blue.
Thank you!
in a good way. I have plenty of rags. I have rags in the back, probably. You can wear a rag.
Hedrover, cover me in rags.
I cover Eleanor in rags.
Eleanor gets cousin It-id.
Oh
Rag it up.
God.
I'm also gonna rag up. I'm gonna put more rags on top of the rags.
What? Hedrover, roll an intelligence check for me.
Oh, just flat intelligence.
Yeah, just flat intelligence.
I have a 0, so just a d20 then.
Yeah, just
Okay.
a d20.
19. I'm kind of
Another
19.
19.
Wow.
So,
Popping off.
something else you're piecing together. The nation of Dalivar is built on a Hellmouth, specifically to the 9 hells and not the Abyss. The Abyss is where things are much more demonic and chaotic. The demons of the 9 hells are very lawful evil. They tend to have a lot of order to things. They tend to exploit people hierarchically, rather than just by, like, murdering you and stealing your soul. So that being said, a lot of them probably are trying to blend in with the tieflings and other races that probably populated the area before. So a person covered in rags except for eyes poking out is not that weird for like a barbed devil or a bearded devil who's just like walking around. Like generally, if you try to look like you're a giant monster hiding your spines or fangs, you probably just look like someone trying to blend in. It's not conspicuous at all.
Anyone else want rags, by the way? Rag up.
Awesome.
Might I also suggest we leave the majority of our gold on the ship, and then if we need it, we can get it? You just take a little bit of spending cash.
I didn't grab any gold from my parents before I left. Oh, fuck.
You could have just said you did. You just shot yourself in the
You're
foot.
sharing the party fund now.
Ooh, I really like my gold.
All right, so
Any use for gold?
before we start distributing these rugs, I think we should figure out who's going on the island, who's staying on the ship. Are you all taking Liren with you? Am I going with you as well? Are Farah and Wheeler going to be the only ones on the ship? What's the thought here?
What? I think we need to decide right now what we're going to do
Are
with
we
the
all
end.
traveling together? Are we going to be on the ship going right for the Hellmouth? What are we thinking?
Well, what are we gonna do with Lyrian? What's the consensus?
What?
I thought maybe it would be all right to try and see if we couldn't bring her over to the side of good, or not evil, making bomb type deal, but that didn't seem to work. And cards on the table, the kidnapping was kind of my idea for that purpose. So I'm not against putting her out of her misery if she's not going to show any signs of becoming a better person.
Are we bringing her? Do we have a tag along?
I don't know, but either
Or-
way, we are trying to find a solution to Hedrover's curse as well. I don't know if that's the priority, but if your plan involves getting rid of Lirin, dropping her off, teaching her a lesson, whatever you all want, I think we just need to make that decision.
I have an idea. And this perhaps may be the most humane thing we could do. And this will fall in line with what we're doing with Mr. Heels. What if we go and try and find more information on the curse of Mr. Heels, and we try to find a curse or deal to remove Lirin's mind?
Oh my god,
That's
Diya,
pretty
that's
hardcore, dude.
Remove her mind?
her mind.
What, like turn her into a vegetable?
I
Or
mean,
just...
Feeble mind
Or like-
spells exist.
Erase her memory? Like,
That's
That
probably
could be-
more inhumane, but I'm not.
Well, wait a
opposed to it.
second. Wait a second. If we erase her mind so she doesn't know about, all of the bad technological advancements she's been making, maybe she could then become an ally
Sylvia,
with good technological advancements.
here's the issue. Technology is neither good or bad, it's how it's used. We're not going to change Lirin. Lirin's not innately bad. Lirin just doesn't have a filter. Lirin creates, that's what they do. And I think if we take away their ability to create, which is terrifying because you may have to do something similar to me someday, but
oh, you're so pure, Diya. You don't need to worry.
if
I mean it.
that's a conversation for another time. But for now with Lirin, maybe we find something that can remove her memory. Lirin will inevitably create. That's what they do. But if we can remove the knowledge base up to this point, perhaps they can start over and not create the things they know.
I mean,
Somehow more inhumane to me, but it's not a bad idea.
It also sounds like another fucking babysitting gig.
I didn't say we had to keep her with her. Once we find a way to remove her knowledge, then we can get rid of her in a more humane way. She can
Right,
still,
But
they can
she's
still
still
live her
gonna
life.
be Lirin. She'll still be recognizable. And if the fucking Marines get her again, who's to say they won't try to reverse whatever we do, or just send her down the same road she's already been down to creating more horrible things again?
Well, again, we're looking at curses, and Mr. Heels is a perfect example. There are ways we can alter Lirin.
can I have Eleanor and Hedrover as the primary spellcasters of the party make Arcana checks for me?
Of course.
13.
Okay.
10.
Oh lord.
I do have +7 to Arcana.
You do.
I was gonna say,
Like,
I'm
you're
pretty
more of
sure
a- you're more of a tech type.
Yeah, you're right. You're
So-
I
right.
have +4.
Can it be religion?
No.
It's magic?
Um,
Okay, that's fine.
Persuasion?
So-
Can I persuade you to change to persuasion?
I don't
Pretty
think so.
please.
So, what you all know, there are spells to change memory around. There are spells to, like, force people to not act out certain conditions. There are spells to feeble mind somebody. It's not within your power. This is a country of spellcasters. This is something Hedrover knows, as in, like, in a sci-fi world, most of the clerics, warlocks have congregated to this place, the most, like, rudimentary, magical, in an infernal way, place. Could find somebody to do spell stuff, if that's what you all want to do. You don't know what the spell would be, you don't know who you're looking for.
Not to mention, not to be selfish, but this could be a way to, like, bolster what I can do for you all. Like, in addition to making Lirin a potential vegetable, there could be things that I can do to make sure she never gets, like, I don't know, too out of hand and protect you better.
But I do want to say, I think a lot of magic interfering with someone does change them and does, I don't know, mess with them a little bit. So I just wanted to bring back onto the table of just ending it for them?
I think both things are on the table.
The
Okay.
last thing I'll say is that if there's a way for us to somehow modify her memory to the point where she realizes or thinks that the Marines have betrayed her or done something terrible to her and we saved her, not kidnapped her, so that she sees us as allies, we just take that and run with it until it goes sour, if it does. And if and when that does happen, I'll kill her myself. It was my idea to bring her along in the first place, and I've not done a good enough job of trying to find a solution, so I'll do what needs to be done if it comes to that.
I don't see too much harm in this.
Well, Sylvia, you do seem to have a lot of emotions attached to this person, so if just throwing it out there, I could do it for you. You'd give
don't-
me the go ahead, but if you need, just wanted to throw out there, you all known them a little longer.
Eleanor, can you make a just general charisma check for me real quick?
7,000.
Easily a 20 just now.
It wasn't a 20, but it was a 17.
Azalin, who's been kind of quiet through the latter part of this conversation, speaks up. There is something that you all should know that I've kind of been remiss to mention. Liren and I grew up together.
Are you brother and sister?
No. We were both just part of a Vidalcan society on the island of Bastille, where the Navy's headquarters are. And they recognized our potential, and I think that's where everything started. From a very young age, she was taught to prioritize invention, progress, and power above all else. It's something that I realized the flaws in as she started to construct that pulse bomb. She's been like this for a long time, but I just want you all to know that if there's anyone who can reach her, it's probably someone who can connect with her in that regard. I don't know if she doesn't think very highly of me anymore, obviously. I kind of ruined her life, on account of teaming up with all of you. But I think it's fair at this point for you to know everything about her that you possibly need to.
Why haven't you said something sooner?
To be quite honest, I like all of you a lot, and I didn't want you to trust me less because of my former relationship to a dangerous person.
Do you think
She's
Diya could
the
reach her?
Dalkin, and she responds to logic, right?
Typically, yes, that's how we're mostly raised.
Well, let me ask you this. If we were to keep Lian with us, do you think that we could persuade her? Not maybe not change her, but do you think with enough time spent showing her the world, I guess, and what she'd be potentially destroying, she could come to see your viewpoint? Do you think there's even a chance that might happen before we try and move forward with something with what we're planning?
Azaelin's gonna roll insight. This is gonna be an important roll, because he's the one who knows the most about her. I'm not sure.
Oh God.
So it's up to you all.
Well, Diya, look at it this way. If we can find the good people in Dalivar of all fucking places, we can show her the good in anyone, really, right? Maybe showing her this place before we do anything drastic. Maybe there's some good here. Hopefully.
The more I talk about her in this situation, the more I become scared again of what my own future can hold. But if there's a way for us to bring her around, then maybe my future doesn't look so bleak and following in her footsteps.
Let me tell you something, Diya, alright? You're young, and just because she went down the path she did, and because she filled your head with all of this bullshit that seems like absolutes that you can't escape from, it's not true. You're gonna carve your own path no matter what, and she's got no idea where you come from, what you're going to become, the things that could happen to you that didn't happen to her, that differ from her experience, that are going to make you. I'm sorry, I can't stand when people try and force you down a path that they think is right without letting you make the decisions for yourself. And I don't want you to start getting in your head that you're going to end up like her. She's not impossible to save. I think we can do something for her. And just because she's sort of given up doesn't mean we have to give up on her. And I'm damn sure not going to give up on you either. So don't give up on yourself, or I'll fucking kill you myself.
I'm not getting you back up.
Give up that. Why don't y'all give me a direction? Are we going to the port, Ferris?
To the port! We're going to the
yes,
port.
all dressed up.
Look,
How
we look so
elegant
good.
do I look.
Me and Eleanor are voguing right now in the rags.
Amazing. So, out of game, who are you taking with you onto Dalivar?
So I think we should just do the 5 of us, find information on Hedrover, and see if we can find someone to cast a Gaia spell of not letting Liren hurt anyone.
I wholeheartedly agree.
The 5 of you being the 4 of you plus.
And Liren.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, we'll leave Liren behind. I think just the 4 of us
just
should
the 4
go.
of us. I mean,
Okay.
5 of us, including you, Julian.
Gotcha. So.
The DM is invited.
So.
Yeah,
I'm all the bad
I
guys.
was so with you, mind-wise. I was like, yeah, 5 of us.
So Azalin, Liren, Farah, Wheeler all stay on the ship.
Yeah.
Correct.
Cool. So the 4 of you being the ones who are going to have to try and blend in a Hellmouth society. Fashion show time. How is everybody disguising either as a demon covered in rags or just trying to look like somebody with something to hide? The less glamorous you look, the better.
Rags on rags for me personally.
Okay.
I look almost like I had like the sheet ghost, but of rags.
Okay.
She's not
The sheet
but
ghost.
she's just she's just a big little sheet ghost of rags.
I look like a Jawa at this point.
I'm gonna have
A
like
white Jawa.
I'm gonna leave the like cropped like captain's jacket that's nice that I had on before and just be back to like the leather armor that was underneath it, and then have like one big raggedy patchwork, I'm assuming that this exists, like cloak on, and then I'm gonna shove a bunch of like I don't know, maybe just more rags or something that's like kind of hard in the back of it, so that it looks like I have like a big hunchback that maybe
Okay.
has some stuff poking out of it, and then I'll kind of walk with a little bit of a strange gait so that I look like some kind of crazy nonsense. And maybe if I can, I don't know if I can do this, druid craft smaller horns around my normal
Yeah,
horns.
Easy enough to do. You got a lot of materials on the ship at this point. You look like a horned, hunched thing. And Diya, what's your plan to blend in?
Diya tries to think of the scariest thing he could dress as. So he walks over to Liren and takes her lab coat and puts it on.
Oh God.
Amazing.
Isn't it like shiny and nice and fucking
It's a nice lab coat.
pristine?
Nice.
I'm gonna throw dirt on him as soon as I see him come out of the ship. I'm just gonna chuck a bunch of dirt onto the lab
I
coat.
wanna set just the coattails on fire just a little
Singe
bit.
it a little.
Oh, but
Yeah.
why are you all stop
I like
the
do
hoods.
like
Ow,
a
ooh,
nose
hot,
nuke is saying on like part of the coat, like
Oh, a mold earth to get dust on it all over
Yeah.
him. Full
why are
mold.
you all picking on me? Stop.
oh,
man,
I
it's-
have paint. I still have paint. I'm going.
Oh,
Liren,
this is a good question. When I
Yeah.
use a cantrip like that and not in battle, do you want Do you want to wild magic?
Cantrips don't use.
Okay. Oh, Q. Oh, I
Yeah,
love.
Oh my god.
Just leveled spells, except for cases where I forget, like that Burning Hands, you lucky bastards.
Yes. Oh, right. Yeah,
Oh
I
god.
also forgot.
I just thought about that.
So Diya, Lyran's lab coat is suddenly a dusty long coat. It's no longer white at all.
There's like paint on it now. There's like house paint on it.
What'd you do that for?
You gotta
I was
blend in.
I was terrifying. I was scary.
You look like you're about to win a fucking Fable Peace Prize, you dumbass.
Yeah.
No peace.
You do. Look at me.
Hedrover, your
Bogey.
old buddy, old pal, knows a thing or two about looking ugly, pal. Blend in. This is my domain now. We were in the Feywilds before. This is Grimetown. I was gonna say USA. We're not in the USA. Grimetown Hellmouth.
Insulae.
Gran Insulae.
But Hedrover, I thought the hills were nice.
Not where I'm from.
All right, so I'm gonna pull y'all up to the port. I am going to jet out of there as quickly as possible, says Farah. We'll just hang out like roughly on the outskirts of everything to try and stay away. However, she gives Diya something that looks like a small cylinder with a series of buttons on it. You press that one, turn that one, switch that one. That is basically a distress signal. Anywhere you pull that, we will be able to pinpoint your location. We can bring the ship to you. And she hands it to Diya. So,
Right.
be careful out there, y'all.
Aren't we always?
No, absolutely
Adventure.
not.
Adventure.
You know, I am realizing this is the first time I've really been out of the Feywild, so I don't know what that really means.
So usually in this moments we all get together and we say adventure.
No, you don't have to.
Ed?
Do it.
Adventure.
Come on, Sylvia, do the adventure. Adventure.
I Sylvia like face palms and then like begrudgingly like looks back and like there's a second because she's looking back at the ship with everybody in it and sees, which I assume she's come to consciousness now, sees Lyran.
Yep.
And there's like a kind of like a pained look on her face, and then she just turns back and kind of smirks to herself and just says, "Adventure, fuck's sake, let's go."
Hedrover leans into Sylvia and goes, "Hey, just a reminder, you already got to jock your steeds with the Emperor Queen earlier, so why don't you lighten up a little bit?"
That's not what it means, Hedrover. Damn it.
Amazing.
Ooh.
Also, Michael, your camera's a bit frozen. Maybe turn it.
Yeah,
on.
that's awesome.
Remember, that's my mother you're talking about, Hedrover.
I'm just saying what happened and not anything more about that. I did not mean anything.
So you all on your hovercraft start to pull up to the end of one of the claws of the Devil's Claws peninsulas. It is by this point early enough in the morning that things are not particularly crowded, so it is a very quick drop off. You all pull in, the door opens, you all hop out, and Sylvia, because your attention was the most on Lyran, you kind of quickly turn around. In the ship, Farron Wheeler are driving. Azalin is kind of just sitting contemplatively, almost like he's thinking of what to do. And Lyran, lab coat taken off of her, she's wearing a tight blue tank top with kind of like some sci-fi lines down it. Her once ponytailed hair is just kind of a mess, largely in her face, and she's kind of just glaring at all of you out of it. The door closes, boom, and the ship speeds off into the distance. The four of you have landed on the Hellmouth Nation of Dalivar. Ahead of you, red skies, rocky peaks, and not too far in the distance, a bustling, grimy port town of tieflings, bone devils. And you see
What the fuck is a bone devil?
you see the ship that was the head of it was a giant whale skeleton pull in on one of the other claws. It is not near you at all, but you are able to see the people getting off of the ship. You see two purple-skinned devils holding glaives on their shoulders. They have spiked tentacle beards that are writhing. And the one who climbs off of the ship last is a tall, wide man wearing nothing but a big pirate hat and a loincloth. He has spikes all over his body and a spiky tail. and he kind of waddles off. He seems to be the captain, and he just like takes a bite out of something that you assume to have been somebody's flesh at some point. And then
Oh,
he
dear.
continues
God.
walking towards the town. Welcome everybody to the Hellmouth Nation of Dalivar. That's where we're going to end today's session.
Oh, I'm so excited. What the fuck?
Yum 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 yum.
He's eating a flesh
Delicioso.
apple.
Oh.
You could have fought those guys too. You still
Num
might.
num
Who
num
knows?
num num.
Oh, I would have set them all on fire.
You would
They
have.
they would have liked that.
You would have.
He
like
would
that.
have tried.
Their health would have regenerated.
I'm just gonna say, without Azalin with you, y'all would have trouble against the three of them.
Yeah, no, I'm good. Not in this town,
Yeah,
baby.
we're vibing.
Eleanor is a little probably scared.
I'm not trying to Jackie Steez.
So thank y'all so much for coming by this afternoon. I know it's kind of an irregular time. Always cool to see a few people tuning in. I've been Julian, or JuliCiel. If you like my writing and Addie's voice acting, check out the Realm Tree audio series. If you want to see me be a player, check out the Free Forge every Friday for Honor Roll. And yeah, if you want me to run D&D for you, shoot me a message. Right now I'm charging for it, but I think a Discord server is in the works, and I'll try to have more frequent games that way. So that's me, Addie. Tell the good people where they can find you if you want to plug anything, or just talk about the things that you're enjoying now. If you want to recommend TV shows or anything, whatever you want.
Oh my gosh, y'all! I am watching Sex Education, and it is so good.
Did you just
So
start
good.
it?
I gotta watch it.
No, I watched season 1 a while ago,
Okay.
and then I just finished season 2, and it was so good. I'm so excited to watch season 3. So please watch Sex Education. It's a fiction TV show, so it's not like a documentary thing. Just letting y'all know. But my name is Addie. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram at Addie Bree, or on TikTok as Addie Bay Hayes. I'm a voice actor. Check me out on that so-called podcast, The Realm Tree. Sunshine Von Brass will love that if you do that. That's who I voice. And yeah,
Hell yeah.
over to you. Who's next? I forgot. I will remember next time. Who's next?
Pass it to Matt. I mean, it doesn't really matter. That's
There's
just kind of the
no
order
like.
we do.
So,
Oh, I think I just remembered everyone always went in order.
Yeah,
we always
Matt,
have.
It
It's kind of funny.
doesn't matter.
Matt.
What up? It's me, Matt, your friendly neighbor. But I don't even know what that was. That's some. I don't know. Anyways,
that's
hi.
nice.
The only place I am on social media is Instagram. So don't at me because you can't. Yeah.
But you have mentions turned off. Fair enough.
Oh yeah, that too. But yeah, Matthew Eberle photography. That's my thing. Let's see things that I think I might just be way behind, but I just finished playing Turnip Boy, or Turnip Boy evades tax or commits tax
evasion.
Tax evasion.
What?
Yeah,
What
it's-
am I
it's-
hearing right now?
it's like a little Zelda. It's a lot of fun. The writing in it is absolutely fucking hilarious. The gameplay is, it standard, whatever style that is, hack and slash Zelda shit. But the writing is so fucking funny. So 10 out of 10 would recommend. Lots of fun. Let's toss it over to Maliki Cauldron.
Oh wow! I'm just tying up my dice and my handy little crocheted dice bell bag from Animal Crossing. If I remembered the person on Etsy that I bought it from, I would plug them. But yeah, you can find me on Instagram at the Maliki Cauldron, where I post music and other rants on my story that are usually very existential. Or you can listen to
never
Radio Kaizugadan, a One Piece podcast that I do with two of my friends, where one of them has never read any One Piece, and we take him on the journey, and he's hopelessly addicted and just trying to dodge spoilers like the plague. And I've been watching, as per the last thing we talked about on last episode, The Boys, which I'm like halfway through season 2 now, and it's pretty cool and pretty fucked up, but it's good.
Real
So if
good.
you got Amazon Prime, watch that. And Michael, what's going on in your neck of the woods?
Hi again, I'm Michael. You might recognize me from the show you just watched. I am a fighting game commentator and tournament organizer. I'm about to go to one right now. But you can find me on twitter.com/steam_gorilla, or you can find me on Twitch at twitch.com/steam_gorilla. And recommendation, I'm going to recommend you hire Julian to write for you.
Oh shit!
And if you don't, I'm going to come over there. I'm going to make you learn the Sailor Moon fighting game. That's what I'm going to do. And you're gonna be like, I want
Is that a
to
threat or a
balance.
promise?
the threat and a promise.
Georgia.
Hell yeah. Thank y'all so much for coming by. Vi, always a pleasure. Yeah, super excited to explore this next time. Nobody I know is streaming right now. We're gonna raid a rando. Do we want to raid someone playing Fire Emblem or Dungeons and Dragons? What do we think?
Raid someone
Lu-
playing
Louise-
the Sailor Moon.
Yeah, Louisiana
Fighting game.
Hannah is playing Fire Emblem right now.
Cool. All right. Take it easy, y'all. Have a good one. Catch you next time.
Bam. Bada bing.
Bye.